So there was a mass shooting at a Catholic school slash Catholic church in Minneapolis, and it's tragic. It's brutal. It's disgusting. It's terrible. A couple of kids died, and I think like 17 more kids are wounded. It's brutal. It's disgusting. And when, you know how when there's a mass shooting and it turns out they're like some like insane Republican MAGA nut job Nazi and the news and people like us, we try to cover it, right? And you know what happens immediately is the Republicans and the conservatives, they all come out and go, don't politicize this, you sick fuck. The bodies are still warm. You thoughts and prayers only. Don't you politicize this. You know, that's always the reaction. And I think it's unfair. I think it's always been unfair. It's like, no, if you really want to solve the fucking problem, then we don't just close our eyes and plug our ears and go, no, 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 thoughts and prayers. We have to, it takes action. And this shooter, this piece of shit monster, because of the actions that they committed, that's why they're a monster. This shooter happened to be trans. Okay? And immediately, the Republican Party, and I'm talking, this shit just happened, okay? Immediately, the Republican Party and their fucking paid pundits like Charlie Kirk are diving on the trans community. And this is going to be, they're gonna roll with this. They're gonna ride with this. This is like the fucking Reichstag fire for the trans community. These monsters, the fascist dogmen, are going to say that all trans people need to be punished for this action. And they're already saying it, talking about like how these kids are martyrs and there must be redemption. Against who? Sorry, holy shit. Against who? You're going to attack what? The entire trans community? For the, like, meanwhile, it's like 90% of the school shooters, of the mass shooters, are fucking white Christian men. But no, this time we're gonna jump on it and we're gonna look at some of the shit that Charlie Kirk is posting online on Twitter, because dude, it's fucking nuts. And Charlie Kirk is the one who's always like thoughts and prayers, 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 thoughts and prayers. Ready? So right when it happens, before anybody knows, before anybody knew that it was a trans person, he goes, please pray for the faith community at Annunciation Catholic Church in Minneapolis. Reports of an active shooter right now and as many as 20 victims. Pray! All caps, he goes, pray! Now, watch how it transitions, no pun intended, when he finds out this. He goes, evidence is emerging of the suspected shooter in Minneapolis and appears to be a psychotic, manic 22-year-old young man, possibly trans, who left an 11-minute manifesto video on YouTube just hours before the shooting happened. The video has been taken down. The suspect wrote names and the weapons that he used, including, quote, kill Trump now, McVeigh, where is your God, burn Israel, and 6 million was not enough, end quote. He had a human-shaped target with Jesus' face attached to it. Hatred destroys the soul. Now watch how this keeps on evolving into, it goes from criticism, I'm not kidding, this is about to go from criticism of a school shooter to criticism of antidepressants and all trans people. It is fucking demented. Update. The suspected Minneapolis school shooter included a Defend Equality sticker on his manifesto that included a rifle over a trans flag. He also allegedly pursued a legal name change to Robin, his apparent trans name. He wrote, quote, kill Donald Trump, end quote, on the weapon used in the school shooting. First Nashville, now this. How many times makes it a trend? Next post. The children who were gunned down today in Minneapolis are martyrs. May God bless their families and may God bring redemption out of this moment of such immense and terrible grief. The word martyr there is very intentional. That is implying some form of revenge, okay? And here's the thing. I'm pretty sure they got the shooter alive, right? There's going to be charges. There's going to be revenge, even though the legal system is not supposed to be about revenge. It's supposed to be, no, not a false flag. It's not a fucking false flag. Jesus Christ. the legal system is more so about, you know, incarceration and redemption rather than, oh no, she offed herself? Ooh. Well, that's a damn shame. Shit. Listen, in my eyes, that's not justice. You know, justice is when you throw somebody in fucking prison and lock him in a box for life. That's not justice. Anyway, it's too clean. I disagree. So then this guy, ow, beans. He says, hormone therapy is creating child-murdering domestic terrorists and should be banned nationwide. So now they are blaming this school shooting on hormone therapy. It keeps getting worse, by the way. Keeps getting worse. Breaking. Law enforcement sources are now confirming 2 names for the suspected trans shooter. What do you mean, the suspected trans shooter? It's just a fucking shooter. Who gives a shit about the identity of a fucking mass murderer or a school shooter? Do you understand what I'm trying to say here? And they say that like the libs or the Dems or the leftists are all obsessed with gender identity. No, the fuck we're not. It's clearly you. Quote, Robin Westman and Robert Westman. The shooter may have used both names. We're being told by those sources it is unclear which name local authorities will be announcing and how they will be treating the name in official documents. What, do you see how quickly this whole story transitioned from children being killed to, oh my God, it's a trans person who did it. Yummy, 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 yummy. What the fuck? What the fuck? This is fucking demented. This is Annunciation Catholic School. Will the media mention this? Yeah, they probably fucking will, dude. Robin Westman, the Minneapolis Catholic Church shooter over the years. A national conversation will now be held. Oh my God, bro. Thanks, Chris Morgan, for becoming a loyalist. They're genuinely going to blame a school shooting on SSRIs, hormone replacement therapy, transgender for all, as they like to say. The Lieutenant Governor of Minnesota, yeah, that's a based-ass shirt. The knife is really chilling. Oh, dude, you motherfuckers have, like, skulls with rifles crossed behind it. Shut the fuck up. Did you cover Trump banning COVID vaccines? He can't do that. He can attempt, but he can't actually do that. But no, I haven't covered it. Reminder, Governor Tim Walz signed multiple laws in 2023 making Minnesota a sanctuary state for children to receive trans medical services. 2 days ago, he once bragged about his state being a safe haven for transgender people.
Minnesota ranks the highest per capita for being a safe haven for transgender individuals in Minnesota. And can I just say, we can talk about economic growth and feeding children and growing the economy and creating jobs simultaneously with talking about everybody's human rights matters, and we shouldn't be demonizing that. You can do both.
And they're gonna say that's a bad. All right, let's keep reading. Charlie Kirk, if you are crazy enough to want to hormonally and surgically change your sex, then you have a mental disorder and you are too crazy to own a firearm. All right, so now the Republicans are just moving into transgender people deserve less rights or different rights. A 2-tier justice system. That's just simply discrimination. Was the shooter on hormone therapy? Was he on SSRIs? We deserve to know. It is not hateful to seek the truth. And then a fucking advertisement for his goddamn piece of shit fucking show. Oh, God. I want to see if Trump has said anything about this. Hopefully it hasn't come from the top, something transphobic. I've been fully briefed on the tragic shooting in Minneapolis, Minnesota. The FBI quickly responded, and they are on the scene. The White House will continue to monitor this terrible situation. Please join me in praying for everyone involved. All right, well, at least King Doland hasn't shilled out some transphobic shit from the top regarding the situation. Granted, he's been transphobic since the beginning. Oh, but yeah, this is bad. This is bad. This is dangerous rhetoric for transgender people. They're going to use this as an excuse to just ostracize and probably commit violent acts on trans people. The White House put out a full-page statement. Where on whitehouse.gov? Whitehouse.gov, proclamations maybe? Yeah, here. Honoring the victims of the tragedy in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Marco respect. Okay, let's just make sure if there's nothing transphobic in this. All right, good. There's nothing transphobic in this. Thank God. They're flying the flag at half staff. What? I mean, listen. Good. Should. Why is Trump commenting on this and not the other shootings? Why do you think? Because a trans person did the shooting and it happened at a Catholic church. Probably a couple of white Catholic kids. You know, it's perfect for them. It really feeds into their rhetoric. It feeds into their lie that like all transgender people are fucking mentally deranged. It's perfect ammunition for them. Like, I'm not kidding. You need to understand how demented these people are. When they found out there was a shooting, people like Stephen Miller, Pete Hegseth, Trump, definitely Charlie Kirk, Matt Walsh, they were like, oh, that's terrible. And then when they found out that the shooter was trans, I guarantee you they smiled. And the whole story for them changed from a sad story to ammunition that they can use. That is how, yeah, it fits their confirmation bias. This is how those minds work, bro. It's only bad until they can use it to spin their narrative. It's fucked up, man. It's fucked up. Meanwhile, and again, back to my point from the beginning of this video. Every time there's a shooter that's like some MAGA hyper conservative, like fucking, you know, every time they always say, don't politicize it, shut the fuck up, thoughts and prayers. And even Charlie Kirk off the rip was like, thoughts and prayers. Let's, thoughts and prayers. It's so fucked, dog. It's so fucked. All right, I'm going to cut this video here because, that's all I got for you. I'm going to keep the live stream going. We still got more to talk about. If you're watching this pre-recorded on YouTube, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. It costs you nothing and it helps me immensely. It was M to F trans person. Yeah, but I mean, we don't have any details. I don't know if the shooter actually got, like, transitional surgery or if they just, like, identified as Robin. Who gives a fuck? That's my point. Think about the $5. And I'm not yelling at you. I'm saying, like, we're feeding into the Republican narrative right now, which is like, who gives a fuck about the identity? This is about the crime. You know what I mean? It's fucked. It's fucked. Anyway, all right. If you're watching this pre-recorded on YouTube, click that video over there. It's a banger, and I know bangers.